Hey, it's Steph Solferini here, founder of the Marco Polo Group. We help CEOs to strengthen, scale, grow, and exit their businesses for a fantastic valuation. We've been doing this for 30 years and it's been very successful. One of the things I wanted to talk to you today is about how we've helped CEOs to really restructure their supply chains during these tricky times so that they can perform much better, be much more resilient, be much more flexible, be much more able to deal with the headwinds of business. Because what we're seeing is as the world becomes more digital and complicated and connected, that the frequency of disruptions in the global supply chains are increasing. I mean, as you know, we've had in the last couple of years, COVID, which really disrupted things in Ukraine, which has really disrupted things, the shortages of raw materials, which has caused price inflation and massive problems for industries across the board. So how do you manage that so that you don't get caught out? Because it doesn't matter how good your marketing, sales, and offering is, if you can't supply it, it's game over. So supply chain is really, really important. So what have I taught my CEO clients and what have I worked with them to implement in order to succeed in this? And we've done it very successfully. We've had some clients, particularly in areas such as building materials, who really, really implemented this. And instead of getting caught out with, as input costs went up by 40, 50% in the last 12 months, to a situation where they maintained their EBITDAs and actually showed themselves to be much more resilient than the competition and got bought out for stellar valuations. So how do we do this? Well, here's some of the high-level things you need to put in place. First of all, when you look at your supply chain, you've got to make sure that you get rid of all of the bottlenecks, which have been a weak spot. So have you got too much concentration in one supplier, geography, et cetera, right? You've got to just make sure that you eliminate concentration. Then two, get much, much deeper and closer in forming relationships with these suppliers, which is a vague term, but what does it actually mean? It means going to the C-suite of the supplier and having a one-on-one conversation with them if you're the CEO of your company, so that at that level, you're much, much closer. And then as you go down the levels of the company, they can talk, but they know that their bosses are aligned. That worked really, really well. And then make sure that you guys are super close when it comes to understanding your demand needs and what they need to offer so that you don't get a misalignment. And then what we did is we revamped their technology. So we looked at the whole supply chain and I made suggestions about technology that they could adopt to, one, forecast their supply needs, and B, make it much more streamlined. And, you know, as we get into Industry 4.0, there's a lot of technology that you can use in automation to make each of the processes better. Basically, for every process that's out there, there's a technology that helps you to make it faster, better, leaner, more cost-effective. You just got to find it and you just got to go for it. So that really helped. Then I introduced them to global sourcing. So obviously Asia, where I spent 20 odd years, is a fantastic place to outsource some of the stuff to, but it just depends on what your input material or services, but we introduced them to that, and that really, really helped. In some cases, particularly on the labor side, you know, you could decrease cost by 30%, increase flexibility, and it was fantastic. So it was a lot of that as well. And then looking at the whole operating model and seeing how you could redesign it, make it leaner, question sacred cows about how things are done here, right, and change all of that, and do workshops with the operational team on how to improve. And that really, really worked once the recommendations were implemented. So do these 4 things. It will really help. If you want to have assistance in implementing this stuff with world-class teams that know how to do this, give me a call. We've done this with loads and loads of people. It'll make your business stronger. Then we get you scaled. Then if you need funding, we'll show you how to do that. And then if you want to exit for a stellar valuation, I'll guide you through that whole process. See you soon and all the best. Bye-bye.